Welcome back. We have another edition of Wild Wednesday, learning more about an animal friend.
You notice that Bailey's sitting
I'm on
to
the
the
other
right
side
of me
of
and
the
sit here. We have Katie Carchidi, education specialist with the Great Plains Zoo, in with a special friend.
I'm keeping my
Yeah, I know. She's all right. Bailey's not a big snake.
That's
I'm a little bit of a
okay,
snake
but
fan.
this is Gemma, and she is a red-tailed boa, and they are from South America. So she is definitely one of our warmer weather animals. So we got a nice warm hot water bottle for her to travel in with her cooler today, but she's nice and toasty in here right now.
And she's how old? Talk about how old.
Yeah, sure. So she is 23 years old. They can live up to be into their 30s, so they're a pretty long-lived snake. She is one of our ambassador animals, so she travels quite far around, but she just likes to explore.
Yeah, she seems very nice. The kids probably love
Yeah,
Gemma.
it's a nice kind of big impact snake for them because this is not something that they see normally. It's usually just an exhibit animal, but she is a very relaxed snake. She just hangs out around our waist most of the time. She likes to climb trees in the wild, so we just kind of act as her tree.
Well, these are the type of snakes that people have as pets too. You see a little
Yeah, so
like this type of snake.
You definitely do see that. We see a lot of times, though, they get unmanageable for people. So these, we have 2 red-tailed boas at the zoo, and they were formerly pets, and their owners surrendered them to a humane society, and then they ended up at the zoo after that. So they're a pretty long commitment because she came to us at like 20 years old.
Wow, they live that long.
Yeah, for sure.
What does the diet consist of for them?
So at the zoo, she gets large rats every other week. In the wild, though, they are going to eat anything that they can catch. So anything that can fit in kind of the biggest part of her body, so about this big or smaller, she's going to eat. But they can go 6 months without eating as well.
Wow.
So if she needed to, if there was a drought or something like that, and there wasn't a lot of food, she's able to kind of just slow her metabolism down.
So if a defense mechanism, you always hear, could they wrap around and squeeze you? Isn't that what they do?
They mostly do that with their food. And so for her, she is going to strike at her food and hold on, wrap her body around it until it's still enough for her to swallow. But for her defenses, she's mostly going to camouflage into branches and trees. And she's a pretty top predator as well, so she doesn't need too many defenses.
Yeah, and you mentioned the warm. I guess, how does the care change maybe in the winter months here?
Sure. So in the summers, at least, she gets to explore outside a little bit more. We'll put her on the grass and she'll get to explore. But now we just make sure that their heat is a little bit bumped up in their building. She is in the Americas building at the zoo, so you can still see her and the other red-tailed boa. But we just make sure that we bring hot water bottles when we travel and things like that.
She's not going to strike at us here.
No, she's just looking. Yeah, she definitely is.
Sure.
She sees something, but no, she's pretty good. She ate this
beautiful.
week, so she should be pretty good. But yeah, she'll be out during our Winter Wonder event, which is on the 20th. And so it's at both the Butterfly House and the zoo. And we're going to have lots of animal enrichment out and keeper talks and different crafts and things.
Now
as
that
well.
the snow has come, winter's here, but still go to the zoo.
Yeah.
You have things going on. Right?
Absolutely. We try and have things going on all year. Our animals really enjoy the snow. The bison, the cats, especially the bears, are super active during this time of year.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for being
Yeah,
here
no
this
problem.
morning.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll be right back.